Hey, how you doing, Rim Team? It's Trenius here, and you're tuned into the infamous Living Rim Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. 5 ways men fall in love and express themselves. Alright, ladies. This video is particularly for ladies, but men can learn from it as well because we all have some growing to do. Alright? Remember, when it comes down to relationships with other people, you know, every mess up or mistake that you have experienced in the past or something that you may be going through right now is just a stepping stone for even greater success. All right. And maybe that success starts today. So I just want to let you know what are the ways that men fall in love. What makes us so different from women who also fall in love? First things first, you need to understand that women fall in love, I would say, much more easier than a man. You know, a man doesn't really express his feelings the way a woman does, or not as hard as a woman expresses her feelings. You know, a man is more subtle. You know, he's more laid back, kind of hides his heart under the sleeve. You know what I mean? So you have to be patient with men. You know, we're not the most emotional creatures, but in the back of our mind, we're keeping everything in mind that we are experiencing with that woman. A man has a funny way of expressing his love. We really do. The way we express our love is by always doing something. You know, a man always wants to do something to prove his worth and value to a woman. Because after all, it's all about winning her. But from time to time, men don't like to play that game, ladies. The game of win me before I can find you valuable enough to spend my time with. That's how you feel about men most of the time, right? That's how most women feel about most men. They feel that they have to be sought after in order for them to really give the man their real true self-worth. But I'm going to tell you this, ladies, that's not always the smartest way you want to approach any man, because that'll make it much more harder for him to fall in love with you. You have to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing to get ahead in life. Yes, of course, you always have to do something different to make yourself stand out from everybody else. Having a man fall in love with you, you want to do the complete opposite of what he expects. And I know this could lead to a downhill spiral of, I don't want to put myself in that situation again. I don't want to go downhill again, because that's what it feels like right now, because maybe some of you are just coming out of relationships. But one thing you can't forget is that men are also coming out of relationships, ladies. See, ladies, one thing that you have to do is get out of the mindset of the victim role. You have to stop playing the I'm a lady, I've been done wrong many times, there are no good men out here, all men are dogs, all men are thirsty, all men just want one thing, that's sex. You have to separate yourself from everybody else and all the other women who think like that, because if you continue to think like that, you'll always attract and manifest men who support what you're thinking. And eventually, you will fail in trying to create a relationship with the man, or hopes to fall in love with him, or he fall in love with you. It will never happen. It will never happen, for the simple fact that you always go thinking about relationships and men in this same type of mindset. So that has to be cast to the side. You have to do the complete opposite of what every other woman is doing to get any man to fall in love with you. This right here, what I'm telling you, ladies, this will make any man fall in love with you if you can do exactly what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is, you have to leave the past with the past, because the present is always a gift. Right now is a gift. So that means that if any good man comes into your life, all good things come from above, right? All good things. Anything good comes from the universe, God. So if you just meet a man right after you got out of a relationship with a man, just like most men who get out of relationships with women, the next day he's out meeting a woman. You see how men think? The next day he's out meeting a woman. Why? Because he's not worried about the past anymore. He's able to just brush his shoulders off. You ever heard Jay-Z say that? Go on, brush your shoulders off. Men do a good job of that. Now, if you're a woman, you can do an absolutely wonderful job at that. Separate yourself from all women by thinking, you know what, today is a gift. And another man is going to come up to me and he's going to like me just as much as the last man that fell with me did. Because I always get exactly what I asked for in the universe. Well, I've heard this notion called a rebound guy or a rebound friend. You know, somebody who's there for you right after you get out of a relationship with somebody. People say, no, this is not real because I'm only rebounding from my last husband. Oh, you're not the person of my dreams because you are something that I manifested because I'm going through something I'm trying to get over in my past. It's not true. Your desires are always manifested for you as soon as the other one doesn't work. That's life. Like I told you in the past videos that I've made, life can only forgive you of things, and it can only give you things. If this is not true, why have you arrived at this point right now where you're better than all of your yesterdays? Today you're much more stronger than yesterday. And so to get a man to fall in love with you, you have to make yourself seem like you're the best thing in the present moment that he's experienced in his whole entire life. Meaning all your baggage, you can't bring it up, not unless he talks about it or asks about it. Act like the past doesn't exist to you. Act like everything that you've been through does not have power in the present moment. Because that's the last thing a man wants to hear about. How you have been around the corner so many times but have never found the man of your dreams. That's the last thing men want to hear. And if you didn't watch my video on 5 things men hate about women, I need you to go watch that. What men hate about women. That's a very powerful video. So, as a matter of fact, I'll put it in the bottom of the description section once this video is over. But women, he will not fall in love with you if you're always leaning on your failures. You know, get out of the victim role. A man wants to know if you love him, because the whole time we're talking to you and getting to know you and building up this relationship that you want, what we're doing is studying and calculating and making sure that you only love us. And we begin to express who we really are and how we really feel about you, the way that you expect it to be done, rather than us just showing you and doing things for you and buying you gifts and taking you out and wanting to have sex. We'll kind of wean ourselves away from wanting to love you like that to doing more deeper, relationship tactics like hugging and, the things that you normally don't get from us. We'll start holding your hand out in public. Yeah, the random kisses every 5 minutes. Oh yeah, that comes with the package too. And just expressing ourselves with you and letting you know how we feel, our innermost, deepest desires. Only once we see that you are different from every other woman and you're not holding any baggage from yesterday, and you actually can lift us up, and see the light in us. Don't talk down on us like we were the last guy you were with. Always make us credible. Always give us power that we can actually succeed with you, and this will put you so much ahead of all the competition out there that's trying to get that same guy. Because best believe it, when he approaches you and he tries to get your number or whatever, and he's talking to you and y'all ain't really together, you can best believe that he got some woman on the side that's trying to get this man too. Okay, so in order to get him to fall in love, you got to risk it all. Yep, that's basically what it boils down to. You have to sacrifice love again. And so you have to love again. That's what men are able to do well. That's why we have a great life as men. Now, I'm not talking that. Nah, don't believe me, y'all. Don't believe me. Sometimes we have issues too. But one thing a man does well than a woman is get over the past. One thing he does well is act like the woman that he's with right now is going to be the best woman that he's ever met in his life. And that's why most of the time men get straight to the point and accomplish most of our missions, which is, most men just want to get in the bed for the time being. Now, don't get me wrong. Sex is not something that sex is not something that is the best thing of all things in a relationship. It's just a manly thing. That's if a man can get you to do that, more than likely he feels as if he's accomplished something. And when he feels like he's accomplished something, you know, his chest comes out that much more. But for the simple fact that he's a man, he's not really as emotional as a woman. You kind of got to match up to that. You kind of got to be like, you know what? I'm not going to act like this is the ruler of this relationship that we have, sex. I'm not going to act like this rules or overrides everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to still be that woman, that nice woman who's always there for you, who always interacts with you. Because I want you to fall in love with me. So that's what men are looking for. We want that interaction all the time. We don't want that woman who like stands off, makes us come back after 2 days, calls us back after 2 days, have been ignoring us for 2 whole days, called us back on that 3rd day, like, hey. We like, what? Like, how can you just run away like that? You know, so men don't want that fearful woman, that especially when you could be an optimistic person who's never afraid to run into new opportunities and just love again. Because the more times you fail, the better your success rate is going to become. That's just how life is. That's just the polarity of life. You know, the more times you fail in relationships, the chances will get very high for you actually meeting somebody that'll be for you in the future, because you will have learned all the lessons about yourself, because you're making yourself better before you can make somebody else's life better and your relationship better. You learn more about yourself that you didn't know before, and so the more you learn about yourself, the more you will know exactly what it is that you were looking for in a man. You won't waste your time with men who don't serve your best interest. Does that make any sense? So don't never look down at your losses. Your losses are only stepping stones to your success, even in relationships, when it comes down to getting a man to fall in love with you. I'm Trenius, and I hope this video resonated with you. Please speak up, let your voice be heard. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for subscribing. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next 24 hours. Peace.